Hello, my friends. Here to help you with today's math. What I wanted to start with is I want you to first remember we've talked a lot about partners of a number. Does anyone remember what a partner is? I want you to think about that for a minute because a lot of what we're going to do today is talking about partners of a number. So now that I gave you a minute, think about that word partners. We did a lot of it, remember, with our red chair, which is called our break apart stick. Do you remember the break apart stick? So what that is it took our whole group. So if we look at this first one, this is our whole group. And we're going to break it into partners. And remember, partners is if we take our whole group number and we break it into partners, those two numbers would make the whole again. So what we're going to do today is you are going to be able to make whatever partners you want. So if I look at the first one, and the first thing I have to do always is read my directions. So my directions say draw a line to show the partners. Write the partners. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to decide where I want to draw my line or my break apart stick to show my partners. So for this one, I'm going to take my break apart stick and I'm going to put it right here. And I'm going to make it nice and big so that I can see where I put it. Now I need to write my partners. And I know that my partners are going to be how many are on this side of my break apart stick and how many are on this side of my break apart stick. So let's count. 1. So my first partner, I'm going to write in the first box, is 1. Let's count how many are on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now I know that my partners, 1 and 9, make my whole group of 10. And if you notice, it's broken up into our 5 groups. So some of you may be able to know, okay, if there's 1 here, I automatically know that there's going to be 9 there to make my partners. But if you don't, you can count. So the next thing I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to decide to put my break apart stick all the way over here. Because remember, I said you can make your partners however you want. So I'm going to count on this side of my break apart stick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to go in my first box. Then I'm going to count on my other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I know that my partners have done here. 6 plus 4 equals 10. Now, remember, if they are in 5 groups, and I know that this is automatically 5, I might be able to put 5 in my head and not even count all of that. So that's what we're going to try on the next one. If I put my break apart stick, I'm going to put it right here. And I know that this is a 5 group. So the first number I'm going to put in my head is 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, if you can't do that, that's okay, and you can start counting at 1. But for some of us, we know that this is automatically a 5 group. So I have 8. My break apart stick, how many are on the other side? 1, 2. So 8 plus 2 is my whole of 10. So that is what you're going to do for the front. Make whatever partners you want, right? And that's the whole front of your page. Making whatever partners you want. Now, I'm going to go to the back. Do you remember what these were called? We talked about them, and they live on a math mountain, right? And they are called tiny tumblers. And they're another way to help us with partners. So up top is how many live on the mountain. So on this mountain, we have 6 tumblers that live up there. And remember, some tumble down one side and some tumble down the other side. And when I get to the bottom, they make my partners of my whole number. So what we're going to do is we are going to draw tiny tumblers on the math mountain. So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so we can do the top ones together. So my directions, always the first thing I want to do is draw tiny tumblers on the math mountains. Who can tell me how many tiny tumblers live on all of these mountains? 6, good. 6 tiny tumblers live on these mountains. Now, do you think all of my math mountains are going to look exactly the same? No, because some roll down the left side and some roll down the right side. So for example, here, 5 roll down this side. So we need to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1 tumbler rolled down this side. So I'm going to draw 1. And 5 and 1 are my partners of 6. So let's try to do the next one together. Okay, so I have 6 tumblers that live on this math mountain. 4 rolled down this side and 2 rolled down this side. So on this side, I'm going to draw 1. And again, it's really hard with this pencil, but you're going to try your best to do it on your paper. 2, 3, and 4. And then I look at the other side of my math mountain and 2 tumble down this side. 1, 2. And if I add my 4 on this side and my 2 on this side, I get 6 that live on the mountain all together. So I'm going to go over here and do this one. 6 live on the math mountain. 1 tumbles down this side and 5 tumble down this side. So here I'm going to draw 1 little tiny tumbler, and here I'm going to draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now remember in math, we want to go back and check our work. So I'm going to go back and check again because I drew a little bit fast. I want to make sure my numbers are right. So 1, I drew 1. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's my tiny tumblers. Okay, so that's what you're going to do for the whole back of your math page is draw your tiny tumblers on your math mountain. Okay, and if I look down at the bottom, remember I said you don't have to do the check your understanding, but if you want, it says draw as many 10 partners as you can. So if you want, you're going to think of all the different ways you can make partners of 10. So you can use your front of your page to help you. How many different ways did you make your partners of 10? Okay, I hope this helped a little bit and keep working hard and I will see you soon. Bye.